91.1 WHFC Fresh Tracks. That's right where you're at. I'm your host, Matt Terry, and I'll be with you from 7 until 8. I mean, where else would you go on a Wednesday night for local and regional sounds? And my gosh, I found them. I looked far and wide, and then I finally found them. I found a group that I have not had on Fresh Tracks here tonight, and it is my sincere honor and privilege to welcome these gentlemen, this original rock and roll band, here to 91.1 WHFC Studios. They are local to the Maryland area. They produced 3 CDs so far, and they're talking to me tonight about their latest body of work called Speak No Evil. It's featuring the talent of the Rhythm Surf Monkeys. From the group tonight, I have 3 upstanding gentlemen. I have Jim Hiltz, I have Jeff Bober, and I have Mike Hamilton. Gentlemen, I want to welcome you all 3 to Fresh Tracks. Thanks so much for coming.
It's our pleasure, Matt.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
I mean, I don't know about the upstanding part, but...
Oh,
yeah. And sometimes we're not even standing. Sometimes we can't even stand it.
Guys, I got to tell you, I am very grateful for you dropping some copies of this album for me tonight, because we're going to play it. So I want you to tell me just a little bit about yourselves. Tell me about the group, how you got started.
Jim, you want to take that one?
Sure. In 2012, I had written a song about 9/11, went into the studio with a group of musicians, and Rob Fahey was kind enough to join us on that endeavor. And when we went into the studio in 2012, somebody said, "What are we going to name this project?" And somebody said, "How about the Rhythm Space Monkeys?" And I went, "Well, now I'm more of a beach guy. Let's just go Rhythm Surf Monkeys." Simple as that. Never thought it would stick, and here we are 10 years later.
And that's all she wrote, right? And from there, you guys just kept on adding to the band, right? I mean, you've played with R. Lee Townsend, right? Mike Pope, Megan Wheatley, Sherman, Scott Wilson, Tom White, Sherry V, Dave Prescott, Mike Hamilton, so many people. So you've collaborated with lots of different musicians around the Maryland area. Talk to me a little bit about the formation of this new body of work. When did it begin? Speak No Evil.
2 years ago?
Actually, longer than that. Yeah, Dave Prescott, who you mentioned, former bass player and owner of Prescott Studios, we had put out our last album in 2017 called RSM, and we started laying demo tracks down, which was to be this album, somewhere around 18.
Okay.
Dave ended up moving his studio to Atlanta for more opportunities to record and expand his business. And, we did the audition process, and then Mike eventually came into our lives, and lo and behold, our last bass player had a music studio, and Mike had a music studio, and that was not the prerequisite for Mike being in the band, I might add.
At least that's not what they told me when they told me I was hired.
So yeah, really, and like Jeff said, so probably in earnest, Mike did some upgrades in the studio, so probably in earnest about 2 years ago, we really started having at this. At that point, we were still missing a permanent male singer. And Jeff in 2020 found a gentleman named Stephen Hancock who joined the band, and he's the last member to join what is now the lineup that you see here in front of you.
shield and save the day. off the news, man. Go outside and walk around. You wanna smile? Just follow me. Yeah, let's go. Sing with me, you know that's gonna feel alright. We're gonna rock tonight. It's gonna feel alright. You got that right. We're gonna rock tonight. We're gonna rock tonight. We're gonna rock tonight. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna feel so right.
91.1 WHFC. The song was called Rock Tonight. It is from my incredibly talented guest, the Rhythm Surf Monkeys. I have them here on Fresh Tracks. They're my artist spotlight. I have Jim Hiltz, Jeff Bober, and Mike Hamilton from the group. Gentlemen, I want to welcome you again to Fresh Tracks. Thank you so much for your time. So talk to me just a little bit, because I want to dive into the music as much as possible. Tell me about the song So Many Times. It's got that really bluesy vibe, and it really sticks with you. There's a message in this song, fellas. Tell me what this song is about.
Well, first off, Robin kills it.
Yeah.
Robin owns this song. On the record as well as live, her live performance it will give you chills. It's so good.
Robin Bingham.
Robin Bingham, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
When did you write that one?
I wrote that song, it's funny, March of 2013.
Okay.
A friend of mine, I was living in Eldersburg at the time, Larry Johnson, we got together, and I had kind of structured this kind of bluesy thing, and then had the lyrics, and Larry came in and kind of restructured it musically to what you hear today. We recorded it back on one of our early albums, and one of our former members, Kyle, he just made a suggestion that we should bring some of our back catalogs forward and re-record them. And Robin, when she first came out to see us in this band, I asked her what she thought about the band when she saw us for the first time. She goes, that blues song, So Many Times, is right in my wheelhouse. And
Cool.
Let me tell you something. Jeff couldn't have said it any better. When we played Club 66 a couple weeks ago, Robin raised the roof with her rendition of that song. If you catch the last 50 seconds of that performance, it's absolutely amazing.
You can see the So Many Times video from our live show at Club 66 on March 6th. You can see that video on our website, Rhythm Surf Monkeys, in YouTube.
And that's a good haven to listen to some of the music and to see some of the places you played at, right?
Yeah, and we would direct you to the website, which has pretty much everything since our inception. People who've played in the band, archive music, archive videos, and places where you can catch all our new stuff, and a section where you can catch all 5 of our albums if you wanted to. Mike likes to tell the story about So Many Times, about how it was recorded, which is interesting in of itself.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a. Let me see how I can frame this. first of all, I recorded the entire album, and I love to record bands as live as possible.
Right.
And then if something needs fixed, you can just punch it in or fix it right then and there and maintain the integrity of it. So some of these songs were actually recorded all at once, and So Many Times was recorded. It was a Friday night. I remember. I can't tell you the exact date, but it was a Friday night, and the whole band came in the studio. And excepting Kyle, he was not available. But the whole band came in, and we played the song 3 times. The whole session lasted 45 minutes from the first time I hit record till everybody left. And all 3 of the takes were great. And so the last take just had something a little extra. Never put your word on it. You just know, hey, that's the one.
Right.
And so we recorded the whole thing live and direct, and that's what you hear on the record. And it's it's everybody performing at the same time, and that's the way old records were made from when I was a young man. And that's the way I like to make records, because you capture an energy that you cannot capture as easily or at all when you're doing everything one at a time.
And we didn't have the opportunity to do that a lot on this album because of COVID. There were 2, maybe 3 people in the studio at a time. It was Mike and I, or Mike and Jim, or Mike and Steve, or Robin, or maybe one other person, T, on drums or whatever. But it was very hard. Everybody was so leery about getting together in a confined area. Not that it's tiny, but everybody was very concerned about it. So this album wasn't made like Mike and probably the rest of us would really prefer to make an album. And it took quite a while to put it together because of COVID.
The best part of that is I was the only guy who was there for every minute of the recording part of it. So
well, you kind of had to be.
So I got some stuff on me, man. I got some stuff on these guys, and it might be worth some money. You never know. I'm just waiting if times get tough.
Oh boy.
I've been known to hit a bad note now.
Well, to me,
Oh boy.
to me, my biggest fear, what he just said there, is that there are probably some tracks with me doing scratch vocals, and
So these scratch vocals.
Those are called money tracks.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Is it anything we can air? I wonder. But no.
No.
Oh, okay. Well.
But it was a true pleasure, doing the work. It was a lot of work. It made the job a lot longer and a lot more intense, so to speak.
Right.
But I personally just believed in the songs and have such a camaraderie with the band that I couldn't not do it.
Trying to remember you. Oh, so long ago, drove each other mad, so sad. And as I close my eyes, I still see your face, gone without a trace. So many times I picked up the phone, called out to name. You so bad, reached out for you, miss what we had. Ran into a friend, here you're all alone, waiting by your phone. Think back to the past, stones we cast. The time it went too fast. Upon a no return, love was burned. The fire still burns. And so many times I picked up the phone, called out to
91.1 WHFC. The song was called So Many Times, and Robin Bingham right there on the vocals. I have three awesome gentlemen here with me from my artist spotlight tonight, the Rhythm Surf Monkeys. They're an original rock and roll band right here in the state of Maryland. I have Jim Hiltz, I have Jeff Bober, and Mike Hamilton from the group tonight. You're listening to Fresh Tracks. Matt Terry here with you from 7 until 8. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to have more music from the Rhythm Surf Monkeys in just a moment.